The countdown is on. Daylight saving time begins in just 4 days. So on Sunday at 2 o'clock in the morning, clocks will spring forward 1 hour to 3 o'clock in the morning. And y'all, I know, we do not like losing an hour of sleep. But did you know the negative impacts of this time change can linger for days, maybe even weeks? So this morning, we are on your side with Dr. Sarah Cottingham with Palmetto Family Medicine on how we can make adjustments now to minimize the effects later. Thank you so much for joining us.
Of course, I'm glad to be here.
Yes, all right, so first, let's get into some of these negative effects. A lot of people might be surprised by what can happen because of the time change.
Yeah, unfortunately, studies show that on average, people lose about 40 minutes of sleep. That's that Monday after we spring forward. And obviously, that lack of sleep and fatigue can really negatively affect you. So we see more car accidents, unfortunately, increased number of heart attacks. We see people make bad decisions, they're hungrier, they tend to overeat. It really affects your memory, your focus, your concentration, so there are more workplace injuries.
So it's very interesting to hear about this too, because we wouldn't think that losing an hour would have such a big impact. So because we don't want any of that to happen, right? We brought you in. Let us know about what we can do to best transition into this time change.
So there are lots of things you can do. One is tonight, go ahead and move back your sleep schedule, go to bed 15 to 20 minutes earlier and do that this week. But you still want to stick to your schedule. So still you want to eat your meals at the same time, you want to exercise at the same time, all those stay the same. Obviously, caffeine and alcohol, don't do those close to bedtime. I would say stop caffeine around 2 p.m.
Uh-oh, some people are not going to be happy to hear that, but it's for your good.
Yes, napping is out. If you have to nap, 20 minutes, set your alarm. A little power nap, make sure you get up. Otherwise, it's going to really mess you up.
So my 2-hour nap is not cutting it.
Not going to work.
Not going to work at all. All right, friends, so 20 minutes. Now, this is also something that I'd love to talk to you about. So because of this time change, a lot of folks are going to have trouble maybe over the next week falling asleep. And so they're going to use melatonin. What are the do's and don'ts when it comes to melatonin? Can you overuse it?
You can. So you don't need to do high doses of melatonin. You want your body to still produce melatonin. So, low doses in kids, obviously really low doses, you want to check with a pediatrician. And adults, 3 to 5 milligrams. And you want to take melatonin about an hour to an hour and a half before bedtime.
How long can you be on melatonin?
You can take melatonin, obviously check with your doctor, but you can take melatonin indefinitely as long as you're not overdoing it. Because again, we don't want to take over our natural melatonin production.
Such good information there. Now, the last thing we have to talk about, blue light. I know that we talk about it all the time, but can you again stress the importance of trying to stay away from blue light when you're trying to go to sleep?
Yes, that blue light really messes up, again, melatonin production. So you want to turn off those devices an hour or two before bed, try to get a good book. You want your room to be dark and cool and quiet. So we're in there looking at the iPad, looking at our phone, watching TV, that's messing up all your melatonin with the blue light.
And we can't have that, especially with that time change. Dr. Cottingham, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.